it would not make for a good show because we are the only country that races on that.
Yeah.
And so I don't think it's necessarily fair to have a race on, you know, a clay indoor running on basically slicks track that's so unique to our part of the world. I just don't think it would make for a good world championship. So, you know, I thought Silver Dollar Raceway did a phenomenal job with the race in 2013. I don't know that we need another motocross track, sugar track race. I would like to see another carpet or turf race, although we may see that. Well, I guess no, Reims next year in France is going to be on dirt. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And in 4 years, you may not know which facilities are still going to be open and vying for a world's bid as well. So, guess we'll have to leave that up to the Roar officials, who they want to nominate. Off the top of your head, Aaron, we had Neumann won the Reedy race, correct?
Yep.
A few years ago. What was the last time since they made the change to West Coast RC or OCRC, those indoor clay tracks, that a non-North American driver
He's
won?
the only one
He's
ever.
the only one.
Bjorn Neumann was the only non-U.S. winner of the invitational portion of the Reedy race. And I believe Kyle McBride is the only non-North American to ever win the open class. So, I mean, that's, you know, Jorn Neumann's a multi-time European champion, has been on the podium at the Worlds, you know, one of the best racers of this generation in terms of, you know, really all-out speed and off-road. And, of course, Kyle McBride, probably the fastest Australian racer ever. So I don't think those are necessarily, you know, good measuring sticks in terms of fairness. I mean, and also, oh, no, I'm right. Evan Overmars is pointing out, yeah, Yuna did it too in two-wheel drive. So, yeah, so we've had two open class winners. But again, Yona is, you know, one of the top 10 racers in Europe. And, you know, the open class in the United States is
lottery.
It's a lottery, and it's a lot, mostly privateers.
Right.
You know, because the pro guys are all in the invitational class. Yona is one of, you know, the European elite. So to put racers like Yona and Kyle into the open class isn't really, you know, that's not, you're comparing apples to oranges. They're both fruits, but they're not the same.
Oh, big save, whip save there. Going over that second double. I believe we're working here with Mansoon. It was similar to his paint scheme in the two-wheel drive portion, a little bit of green and orange.
Tom Page with another good question. If you don't think the indoor clay is a fair surface, what do you think is the fairest surface? The fairest surface is carpet or turf. You know, we could run...
Sugar off-road track is not far behind because nobody really runs on it consistently.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, sugar dirt, like this being sugared dirt and not, you know, damp, swept indoor clay. Like that's probably the fairest natural, if you want to call it that, surface. But we've seen the Americans can be, you know, competitive with the best in the world on carpet and turf. But racing on indoor clay just isn't feasible in most parts of the world. So that's that.
And Mansoon still leading them around here. Good enough to qualify third overall for the, or qualify, I should say, seed third overall for the round. So he has not picked up the pace from Heat 2. Although he is running a substantially quicker time than the rest of the competitors in this heat. Tamar Schaefer in the 2 spot and Youngju Kim in the 3 being some of them.
Paul Lynch with a great point on our Facebook chat. 2007 Worlds in Japan was a muddy mess, and it was hard on the turn marshals. It was killer to see 10-scale electrics more muddy than an 8-scale, and that's the other thing. I mean, I think racing outdoors is awesome. I think as a a spectator and as kind of a, long-time RC purist, I'd prefer it. But I also think it really sucks to see how many tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars the industry could spend on sending their teams and media and officials and everybody to these races and have it rained out or determined by rain.
Right.
So
maybe on that token, you just take Thornhill, which
Right.
is a
and
8-scale track,
pointed that out here.
and make it built for the 10th scale worlds, and it's
Yeah.
a covered surface, and it's still racing outdoors, exposed to the natural air, and
it's dirt,
it's dirt, and
and it's a
with
beautiful facility.
yeah.
But then, I don't know. My biggest argument for why Vegas was the best place to hold the Nitro Off-Road Worlds last year is because it was in a city that people would go to anyway.
Yes.
When everyone found out the race was in Vegas, everyone